Hi, glad to be back with another informative package on Power Wheel, TCN's Public Enlightenment program on activities of operators in the power sector to ensure improved electricity supply to Nigerians. I am Shiung Olagunju. You're welcome. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says it has increased its wheeling capacity to about 6,200 megawatts and is collaborating with state governments to fast-track transmission expansion. TCN's MD CEO, Mr. Usman Gul Mohammed, who disclosed this during a presentation by TCN management to the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, on its operations, achievements, challenges, and expected regulatory intervention at the NERC office in Abuja, also disclosed that TCN has successfully midwifed the activation of bilateral electricity trading in the market with both local and international participants and the establishment of contract register for the market. The MD said among other achievements is the transmission use of system TUOS, which is now in charge of new connection, review of under-frequency load shedding UFLS scheme, successfully midwifing activation of bilateral electricity trading in the market with both local and international participants, and the establishment of contract register for the market.
Primarily, the funding of TCN is wholesale electricity market through tariff recovery from the service rendered. And other auxiliary secondary sources are from TCN capital appropriation, donor funding from international financial institutions, return on concessionary assets. One of those ones is our fiber optic that we lease out to Alheri and Phase 3.
Mr. Mohammed requested approval from the regulatory body on policy and open competitive procurement of all HV transmission components for all users of TCN grid, payment to the market operator of all customers connected directly to 132 kV and 330 kV lines, and the resolution of 33 kV boundaries with discos.
When we came in, we wrote to ICRC and we said the adjudication they did or the mediation they did was outside the contract because they didn't make reference to the contract and that they are not party to the contract, so we are not binded by what they have done. And we have written demand notice to those two companies and asked them to pay. They have not paid. We have also found out certain other payment that they are supposed to do. For example, there are some equipment that was leased out to them, which they refused to pay. We are doing everything we can to see we take a legal position on this. What I'm assuring the Commission is that we are not going to compromise. We are going to stand firm, and we are going to ensure that the right of TCN is guaranteed under that arrangement.
On the challenges facing the company, Mr. Mohammed identified slow pace of capital projects execution due to inadequate funds and variations, inadequate funding for operations and maintenance due to liquidity challenges in the market, aging workforce, and load underutilization.
We have also discovered that if TCN is going to expand capacity, we have to collaborate with states. All those states that we are going to deploy capacity. The collaboration with the state that we are going on is very fantastic, sir. I want to tell you that we want to put 330, 132 in Bauchi. Bauchi is a place where 132, 330 passed over the place over 20 years ago. They don't have 330, 132. And this has been there for a long time. Nobody cares. We collaborated with the state. We said, look, one of the big problems we have is this issue of right of way and compensation. And therefore, if you state government can take over this responsibility and give us the place, we are going to give you the 132, 330 subsidy.
He therefore expressed willingness of TCN to work with discos to solve the problem of power supply in the country while appealing to NERC to look into TCN's requests. In his remarks, the Vice Chairman of NERC, Mr. Sanusi Garba, stated that the meeting was Know Your Operators meeting with the new commissioners to understand the activities of TCN and its challenges and how they can intervene when necessary.
We have interacted at many other occasions, but this is for the new commissioners and of course the management staff to understand what TCN is doing, the journey so far. But most importantly, the current challenges and how we are going about solving those issues.
He commended the management of TCN for their efforts so far, imploring them to continue to work closely with the DISCOs. The meeting was part of NERC's consultation with stakeholders in the power sector and was attended by all commissioners and other management staff of the Commission and TCN management. The Project Management Unit is a department in the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. Power Wheels Ndidi Mba spoke with the General Manager in charge of the PMU, Engineer Joseph Chiroma, on what his unit does and how.
The PMU is Project Management Unit. It is a unit under the Transmission Company of Nigeria, and our sole mandate is to ensure that we manage projects in the power sector that are funded under the World Bank. These projects are also to ensure that they add capacity, both the wheeling capacity in terms of transmission lines and also in terms of where we have overloaded injection substations to also increase transmission transformer capacity. The Nigerian Electricity Transmission Project will be the fourth major funded project in the power sector by the World Bank. As I said, the PMU has managed successful projects right from 2002 up to date. We have managed the Transmission Development Project. We have also managed the Nigerian Electricity Development Project. Those two projects have been fully completed, 100%. Currently, we are with the Nigerian Electricity and Gas Improvement Project, which we call the NEGIP. That too, we hope to close that project by December 2017. The Nigerian Electricity Transmission Project, which is the NATAP, is another new project that we are already on course, and we hope by July, this project will be presented to the board of the World Bank. The PMU is a unit under Transmission Company of Nigeria, and looking at managing, donor-funded projects. So, as a project team, whatever fund is going to take, we're also going to contribute our capacity in terms of the procurement unit, in terms of the project management aspect of it, and in terms of other financial aspects that might be involved in line with the World Bank guidelines. So we are fully synergizing together, to ensure that right from the development of these projects, the procurement process, the manual of this project, and the completion and commission of these projects are fully and successfully delivered in the Transmission Company of Nigeria. Talking about capacity building, training and retraining is an ongoing process. We're procuring new equipment. Some are coming from Europe, some from China, some from India. And with the new technology that keep on changing very fast, we also ensure that those new equipments that we're bringing to the network, that personnel, staff that are going to manage those equipment are fully trained. If I would start right from what we call the factory acceptance test, where people live to visit those factories and ensure that whatever specification we've given them, we are getting the right equipment, the right product, the right quality. So capacity building, as I said, is an ongoing process. We are not just looking at capacity building only on the core technical aspect of it. We're also looking at the non-technical in terms of the human resource management, in terms of IT, in terms of accounting, and also audit. Right from what you call the project preparation, project appraisal, and whatever you call it, even before the project is approved, there are several missions. In fact, almost every 3 months, there has to be a mission from the World Bank that will come down to the project management unit. We'll go around, look at the proposed project sites. They visit other organizations and agencies that we have identified as stakeholders in those project preparations. And those things are closely monitored, they are closely analyzed, before a position is taken. Now, when the credit facility is secured and we are about starting the procurement process, all documents, before they are rolled out for procurement, we have to send them to the World Bank for review, and they have to clear it, give no objection, before even the advertisement is done. The repayment plans and the loans, as you rightly said, are very favorable. That is being negotiated by the Federal Ministry of Finance, but I can assure you that they are much, much better than going to the commercial banks that we have to approach either within the country or outside the country. But for the benefit of doubt, these credit facilities are for a period of 40 years with a 10-year grace period to allow you process your procurement and get this project completed, and also people to start having the benefits. The payments start after that 10 years. If you look at the capacity of the transmission capacity we had in TCN, maybe for the past 10 years, it keep on going up every year. This is because projects have been completed. There are other projects not only from the World Bank. There are projects being carried on through the FGN funding directly by the TCN unit. We also have the NIPP also adding value into the value chain. But to be precise, in PMU, we have added a capacity of over 5,000 MVA on the 132 kV voltage level, and so many other equipment like circuit breakers to ensure that we have flexibility of operation and also to have stability in the system. And a lot of works have been done, and we've added a lot of value to the transmission company of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir, for taking time out to speak with us. We hope that when next we call on you, you will oblige us some time to also answer our questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
You're watching Power Wheel, a public enlightenment initiative of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. We thank you for staying with us. The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, has identified the power sector as one of the 5 key priorities of the federal government's economic recovery growth plan to drive the country's economy out of recession into growth and prosperity. Mr. Fashola, who gave this indication during the presentation of a book titled Power Sector under President Muhammadu Buhari, written by Uche Aneke, a journalist and currently General Manager, Public Affairs of the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency, NEMSA, in Abuja, said the knowledge and understanding of the workings of the nation's power sector will make Nigerians protect the power assets in their localities.
The minister noted that the book was a very important contribution to one of the objectives of his administration, which he said is to make the knowledge of electricity as simple as possible to the ordinary people, and appreciated the writer Uche Aneke for the work.
This book is a very important contribution to one of the objectives of this administration, which is to make the knowledge about electricity as simple as possible to the ordinary people, to bring it down to street level. Because the easiest way to get Nigerians to do something is to make them understand it, is to make them embrace it, is to make them own it. To that extent, I can say that on behalf of Mr. President and the federal government, this book is a very, very instructive and helpful contribution. I say so because one of the things we try to do at our monthly power meetings is people to places where power exists or power assets exist, so that they understand all of the bolts and nuts that make up the entire system. So if in 1 month we are not at a distribution facility, we are at a generation facility, or we are at a transmission facility, and we are opening up those assets so that people of that community, people from other communities, actually know that it is from this substation that energy is reaching my business or my home. And that knowledge will ultimately help overcome many of the challenges.
Fashola further said that the book would help to strengthen the campaign against vandalism.
When people begin to know that this transformer, this line, supports my home, I will protect more. Those kind of things. So, in that sense, this book is a very welcome addition and contribution.
Also speaking at the occasion, the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, commended the author of the book for choosing to write on the power sector, noting that all government achievements should be celebrated and amplified by citizens.
When he came and showed me this book, I felt enthralled about it, and it just flushes in with what we are doing in government normally, that all the achievements of government should be celebrated, should be amplified. And he has chosen the power sector, he has focused on it, and we have a series of write-ups on the strides that have been made. I had the honor to also do the foreword to the book.
The author of the book, Uche Aneke, noted that the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari has made some strides in electricity supply in the country, and commended the minister for bringing on board fresh thinking that was repositioning the power sector.
I have been living witness to the laudable initiatives and policy directions you have introduced to reposition the Nigerian electricity supply industry. Hence, I have taken it upon myself to document these wonderful achievements for record purposes. It is also one of my humble ways of promoting government initiatives and development in the power sector. This book, therefore, makes an effort to document activities in the power sector. Pertinently, the giant strides you have made since coming on board as the Minister of Power, Works and Housing.
Fashola promised to send copies of the book to the President and Acting President, other members of the Federal Executive Council, the leadership of the National Assembly, and that of the Judiciary, to help them have an insight into the current reform going on in the power sector and the key into the processes. The 18-chapter book highlights the activities and successes recorded in the power sector since the emergence of the current administration under President Buhari.
Friends and family of TCN's General Manager Administration and Corporate Services, Dr. Mrs. Kande Dogo, rallied round her as she and her husband, Engineer David Dogo, gave out their daughter, Shimi, out in marriage to Leo Nyamtiwo. Hearty congratulations to the couple from all the Power Wheel crew. Members of Batch B 2016 National Youth Service Corps NYSC serving with the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN Corporate Headquarters Abuja have been urged to be ethical in all their endeavor while setting a high standard for themselves in life. TCN's General Manager Monitoring and Evaluation, Mrs. Nse Victor Okon, gave this admonition at a seminar organized by the Corps members on the topic Workplace Ethics, Workplace Environment at the TCN Auditorium in Abuja.
Mrs. Okon explained what work ethics are and how a good work environment can contribute to the growth of any organization.
Quality must be qualitative to move forward in life. Look at what you are doing. Go back and look at it again. You want to go for a job interview, sit down and prepare for it. Burn that midnight candle. Let the people you are with, even in your churches, in your mosque, let whoever is the overseer see you as somebody that does qualitative things. It will help you in life. It's part of it. Ethics. Do you lay emphasis on quality, or do you just do things anyhow? No boss will like somebody who does things anyhow.
She advised the Corps members to be more committed to their work while always setting a high standard for themselves.
In everything, let it be a part of your life. Set a standard for yourself and try to achieve that standard.
In her remarks, Assistant Manager Human Resources, Mrs. Ifeoma Johnson, who is popularly known as Mama NYSC, commended the Corps members for organizing the seminar and advised them to be relentless towards pursuing their dream goal in life.
Majority of the people, corps that pass through this organization, they are now big men in this company. What am I saying? They came the way you entered, and most of them are these new employees we have now. All of them, just you can only count few. All these new engineers you have here, they came the way you entered, and now they are staff of this organization. I'm saying it to encourage you. I'm saying it so that you realize that you are being here, you are important, and that we honor you. We appreciate you.
The seminar was part of activities to enlighten the NYSC members serving in TCN on work ethics and good working environment.
The TCN chapter of the NEPA Staff Cooperative Multipurpose Society Limited, NEPASCOOP, has promised her members more loan facilities to enhance their welfare as the economy continues to bite harder. The chapter chairman, Comrade Wahab Ali Ajao, made the promise at the 2017 Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the society held at the TCN headquarters recently.
According to Comrade Ajao, the cooperative society has gone extra mile in the last 3 years to improve the welfare of its member by engaging in some trading and procurement of some stocks, as well as lock-up shops at Gwarimpa Modern Market.
Lots of members are one of the major objectives of any cooperative society. The members of this great branch has not been having major problems in assessing their loan in the shortest possible time. This we have been able to do successfully, and I believe members seated can attest to this. We are, however, promised to maintain this and even improve on it as our revenue improves. I want to sincerely and humbly thank the Almighty God, the members of Apex Board, and every members of TCN branch for the untimely support, trust bestowed on me and members of TCN.
The president of NEPASCOOP, Mr. Taufik Ojebola, said the operations of the society were affected by the disengagement of former PSAN staff during the privatization exercise in 2013, but noted that TCN branch still remains strong.
Today we are holding this annual general meeting because TCN branches accounts has been consolidated with other branches in Lagos. And it has also been certified okay by the Ministry of Cooperative.
The AGM featured the re-election of Comrade Wahab Ali Ajaho as chairman, Comrade Bright Erekbowa, secretary, and Mrs. Aneke Victoria Sambo as the treasurer. There were also goodwill messages from the representative of the management at the event.
Just to also congratulate you all for this noble cause, and then urge you to continue in the transparent manner you manage your money, so that more people can be encouraged to join the cooperative society.
They've done well to my own satisfaction. I guess everybody will support it, and I pray the Almighty God will continue to order your steps.
That's it on Power Wheel today. Please join us next time as we bring to you another package. May I remind you before I go that protecting electricity equipment is the responsibility of all. If you notice any strange movements around transmission equipment, please alert law enforcement agents. Vandalism keeps us all in darkness. I am Sheung Olagunju. Thanks for watching.